Ohio police officer fatally shoots black man in bed, body camera shows. This was written by Marina Lopes on September 1st, 2022 for the WashingtonPost.com. Ohio police released body cam footage Wednesday of an officer fatally shooting an unarmed black man in his bed. 20-year-old Donovan Lewis was shot on Tuesday by a police officer who was trying to serve him an arrest warrant, the Columbus Dispatch reported. Just because somebody is meant to be arrested or the police want to arrest them does not mean that they deserve to die. For any sick, racist people who will leave a comment and go through Donovan's criminal history and say this 20-year-old kid was a thug and he got what was coming to him, because there are so many sick, racist people like this in my comments, fuck you, suck my dick. And secondly, nobody deserves any sort of execution by a state that was founded on genocide and slavery. And secondly, just because you're wanted for arrest doesn't mean that you're guilty of the crime that they accuse you of. You are innocent until proven guilty. I'll continue. The video shows an officer pushing open a bedroom door and shooting Lewis as he sits up in bed. Lewis was unarmed and was found next to what appeared to be a vape pen. Officers went to the apartment to serve Lewis arrest warrants for domestic violence, assault, and improper handling of a firearm, officers said at a news conference, according to the Dispatch. Now, there are some people who will say, once again, that this kid, this young, very young person, had a criminal history, and the police had reasonable suspicion to assume he might be armed because he was being charged with a warrant of mishandling a firearm. Still, police should have some discretion and some restraint when dealing with the public. But my primary focus, first and foremost, when I talk about any interaction with police or civilians with each other that results in death or shooting, is that we need to abolish the Second Amendment, because too many guns permeate in society which allow these things to have some reasonability to continue to occur, and understanding for why they did occur in the first place. In America, it is understandable for a police officer to be in fear because many police are killed every year by civilians who have guns. And it's reasonable that civilians are in fear of police because many civilians every year are killed by cops. Go check out the video I made about the statistics of police killing civilians, shooting civilians, right? Unarmed and armed. Too many guns permeate in our country where everybody is on edge. At any time, at any place, it can go down. This does not happen in other countries. In Canada, in France, in the UK, in Germany, in Spain, people are not in fear that the police will shoot them, or the police are not in fear that they will be shot by the public. Why? Because they have actual gun control. When we have actual gun control in America, there will be a precipitous drop in the number of police that are killed, that's for sure, and also in the number of civilians that do mass shootings and are subject to intentional homicides, accidental homicides, and suicides, right? And there will be also a drop in these number of cases where police have to shoot or think they have to shoot civilians, right? Because when the less guns we have in society, the less people will be on edge. The police that I've interacted with in other countries, and I'm filming this video in Mauritius in Africa right now, much different interaction than when I'm dealing with the police in the US. Why? Because the police here don't think that I might have a gun, that I might up it on them. Meanwhile, in the US, the police are very on edge because all they do is watch videos of them getting killed all day in their in their police cars, and when they're at homes, and when they're in their 4chans and their chat rooms and stuff like that. All they do is share images of pigs getting, not pigs, pardon, of police, Freudian slip, of police getting hurt and shot and killed, right? Anyway, I'll continue. I don't think police are pigs. Police are a part of the working class, and they deserve treatment, fair and equal treatment. I do not think police are pigs. That was just a Freudian slip. Anyway, I'll continue. At this time, it is critical that the video of last night's shooting and all available facts are shared for the sake of complete transparency. Columbus City Council President Shannon Hardin said in a tweet that included the video and linked to a local news article about the incident. The State Bureau of Criminal Investigation is conducting an independent probe, he said, and could refer evidence to a grand jury. The Columbus Police Mayor's Office and State Attorney's General Office did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Donovan Lewis lost his life. As a parent, I sympathize and I grieve with his mother, Police Chief Elaine Bryant said at the news conference. I grieve with our community, but we're going to allow this investigation to continue. In the video, officers knock on the apartment door multiple times and identify themselves before two men come out and are handcuffed. Police then stand at the doorway with guns pointed and loudly announce that they will send in a dog. Columbus Police, if you are inside, make yourself known, one officer says. Off camera, a man can be heard saying, they are sleeping. The officer repeats, come on out, come on out. One officer then follows a police dog to Lewis's room and opens the door. Immediately after, a light illuminates Lewis propping himself up on the mattress. The officer shoots. As Lewis writhes and moans in the bed, he is told to crawl out of the room and to stop resisting arrest. He was handcuffed on the bed and died in a hospital shortly after. Police shot and killed Donovan Lewis while he was in one of the most vulnerable places a person can be, bed. As the investigation unfolds, some may point to the fact that the police were attempting to execute a warrant when they shot Mr. Lewis, as if to suggest that an alleged offense warrants immediate execution. Kelly Sampson, director of racial justice at the anti-gun violence organization Brady, said in a statement, the killing is the latest example of unarmed black Americans being shot by police. Black Americans are 2.5 times more likely to be killed by police than white Americans, according to a 2019 study by Northwestern University. Numbers are even starker in Ohio, where black people are 4.5 times more likely to be killed by police than white people. But once again, please go check out the previous two videos I made. The video about the Florida guy who was shot by police, and the video I did about race and how race is a made-up social construct that has no basis in biology. But first and foremost, I have to say that race as a social construct is very real, and black Americans do suffer disproportionately from white supremacy and racism in the United States. They probably saw on the sheet when they were going to serve the warrant, black male wanted for, X offense, violent offense, possibly violent, ex-felon, whatever, something, maybe, and they probably were more on edge than they would be if they were coming for Katie and Brandon, two white people, of course. That goes without saying. But I want to say, first and foremost, he wouldn't have had a mishandling of a firearm charge if he lived in a country where citizens that were not allowed to get firearms, period. We don't hear about those sorts of crimes charged in other countries against their civilians because they don't even have guns to fuck around with in the first place. In December 2020, Andre Hill, a 47-year-old unarmed black man, was shot 4 times by a Columbus police officer while leaving a friend's house. His family received a $10 million settlement from the city. Last year, an officer fatally shot Makia Bryant, a black 16-year-old, outside her home. The officer was cleared of criminal wrongdoing after an investigation. $10 million worth of tax dollars gone down the drain because of mishandling, because of abuse. A man's life is lost and millions of dollars in taxes are lost because of the stupid gun culture in America. The police shot Andre Hill. I don't know the full details of the story, but his death resulted in money being lost, a life being lost, and the perpetuation of a constant cycle in America of gun violence everywhere, because too many Americans worship the Second Amendment. They think having more guns in society makes them safer. We need to send our kids to school with bulletproof backpacks. We need to go to church with a bulletproof vest on. Every time we shop in the supermarket, I need an AR-15 right with me to make sure I can lay somebody down if they want to come into the supermarket. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Why can't America be civilized? How come I feel safer in a country like Serbia or Turkey or Mauritius, developing nations by most standards, emerging markets to say the least? How come I feel safer in these developing nations than I do in my own nation? Why? Because they don't have guns, period. And any American who wants to debate with me, please, first, get your passport and get outside and see what the world has to offer. Lewis's killing was the 3rd police shooting in the city in the past week, according to the Columbus Urban League. The organization called for a community forum on Saturday to discuss the incident. Yesterday's shooting evokes painful, conflicting responses. We understand that serving a felony warrant creates a highly volatile and dangerous situation, and yet the body camera video is a gut-wrenching is as gut-wrenching as is the fact that another black man lost his life. Stephanie Hightower, the group's president, said in a statement, "No matter the ultimate conclusion, our community deserves an independent, thorough, and transparent investigation by all appropriate entities. Black Lives Matter, justice for Donovan here, justice for all the black men that are shot and killed by police, justice for all Americans, white, Hispanic, Latino, that are shot by police unjustly. Abolish the Second Amendment. Let's make America safe." My name is Simon Hill. Thank you for watching.